feel good. Nyx Assassin has been banned out.
Very nice.
Back to the jungle. Back to the draft.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the jungle.
Okay, if you
I don't know
yourselves
the next
at home.
line.
All right. Mikasa Sukasa.
Hey, all right.
I was actually thinking about this. MadKings, they played 3 Wraith King games, and they lost 3 games with Wraith King. Can you guys imagine what the win rate of Wraith King would be if MadKings didn't play it? It would be like 75% or something.
I can't comprehend such maths.
They're really bringing down the team.
You're right, though. They really have gone for the Wraith King quite a bit. They were one of the teams that mixed in the Drow Ranger as well. That was against Gorilla's Pride in week 3. But not many teams have gone for that.
I think. That was a crazy game, actually. They almost won that game. It was like really late.
Seconds remaining.
They showed some signs of like playing really well in a couple of games. It's just that I think they struggle a lot with closing out games, even when they like have a good early stage.
I mean,
jeez,
honestly,
don't we all? Isn't that Dota?
Now, don't tell LATAM defenders I said this, but I see some parallels in LATAM defenders relative to upper as MadKings relative to lower. Like, compared to the other teams, they got the pub star fire. Individually, they've got some skills, but when you see them play, it does seem like there's a little bit left to be desired with the cohesion, the broader macro strategy against these more practiced 5-man squads.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that you're just changing standings all the time, right?
Well, now, to be fair, they've had a consistent stand-in. The Destroyer has been their boy. I think it's been the same guy every single time. But you're right. Having to toggle a stand-in every other series is probably not making this any easier.
Well, at the very least, that's an interesting opener. It's a little bit flexible in the sense that, like, he is an aggro 4 that can like roam mid and pressure similar to Earth Spirit and Earth Shaker, but he offers a little bit more save potential. Unfortunately, it's usually like a counter pick save potential, like where there's certain heroes where it's much easier to save versus.
Yes.
But they go right for the Shaman after that for Incubus. So kind of a little bit of an unusual start compared to our previous series, but nothing too wild. We've seen quite a few Tusk bans early on in the draft, and obviously the
Shamans. Incubus, they are a type of team that actually rates Shaker really poorly. They almost have no games of Shaker, and they have 7 games of Shaman, considering like this month. So they just really love the hero.
Yeah, it does. Shaman's in a weird spot right now, where there's teams that love him, and then there's teams that hate him, and I'm not sure why there's such a contrast there.
Yeah, it's a good hero. It offers push. It's a very different set of skills that he offers in comparison to Shaker. He is a puck counter though, so considering that puck's already banned, I don't think I like it that much here. But it's their boy, all right? It's their second most picked hero. They love it, and the hero that actually Incubus plays the most is the Phoenix with a 100% win rate. All right.
Whoa.
I wonder if it actually does go through. So I wouldn't be surprised to see here.
I think Bowie was onto something there. They just banned out the Wraith King themselves. They're just like, you know what, guys? Let's move on.
I mean, they do have the tide on Incubus.
Yeah, I think they saw the Monkey King ban and were just like, all right, these guys might be set up for it. They could theoretically pick it first. I don't want to deal with that. And I don't want to be forced into playing it for ourselves. So to me, Jug is standing out right now. Just a quality hero. I think it can work with both of these lineups really fast with like the Nature's Prophet, and he plays pretty well off of Ravage.
I like Troll Warlord.
Oh, I like Troll Warlord. He's a good hero.
It's actually incredible here because the Mischance crushes Tusk and crushes Nature's Prophet and the Treants. I actually agree with Zyori. So I think it's really
Troll. Good. Shut down the Jug.
PL is also another one that jumps out whenever you see Tusk Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Builds Manta for the Orchid.
MadKings, please. Grimstroke against the Tide.
Well, Grimstroke's good versus
bad against the Shaman.
He's good versus Tusk too. Because if you're leashed, you can't snowball.
Oh yeah. Oh man, walruses and leashes.
There we go.
Stats don't lie.
Don't fix what's broken.
Over.
What ain't broken?
I like the first one, Bowie. Don't fix what's broken. Just let it ride. Just let it go.
I guess
No
it does
stress.
work both ways, yeah.
10
And
seconds.
they're one of the few
island
teams
life,
that
but-
run Phoenix as a 5 too, which it's
yeah.
a very specific thing. It's not an easy hero to run as a position 5.
Well,
Jug looks good.
Talked about him before, but yeah, what's the Phoenix out there? That's instant. It's either Jug or Ursa.
Radiant
Yep.
team pick.
Hey, it's Void Spirit.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
So a bit flexible
like
here
it?
for Incubus.
Radiant-
No, they saw their position 1, they're likely position 3, and they're position 4, and they took their mid, despite having 10
I see.
pick.
Yeah, it's just that I think, considering the way that they play, like when you actually look at their picks, they have much more variety in the Benny hero
10 seconds
than
remaining.
in the
Mhm.
in the everyone else pretty much.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think
a good
they're
point.
like kind of confident in him being able to play whatever's left, rather than just like giving him the win condition or the hero that they think is the good matchup versus their carry.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And speaking
like
of
he
Benny,
has-
the Gyro and the Alk, right? Those are the 2 big ones that are left.
Yeah, I think Gyro. I mean, I don't even think Gyro's that good here, but
It synergizes with their team fight, but he doesn't
I think
specifically
they just
counter
like
any of these
running
heroes.
it. So they might just go Gyro, even though like you can snowball the missile, you can spin the missile. Nature's Prophet can probably TP before it even reaches him.
I think it's a tempo thing. Like that's my
yeah.
gut read on why they like the gyro. It doesn't seem like they pick it for these. Oh my god, it's the hard counter gyrocopter. It's the we like him and he fits well with when we want to try to take over this game.
Yeah, he's Alk good here.
That's all right.
It's okay, right?
It depends on your lanes and how the tide does, but from the current standpoint, it looks all right, I would say.
Yeah, I guess Phoenix is kind of a like I'm not gonna say bad support, but it's kind of like a weak support. And Nature's Prophet Tusk seems like a strong offlane, so it might be a little complicated. But as long as they win the other lanes, if they're confident about that, you can just jungle and like
Oh
the hero comes back so strong.
Protecting
Anti-Magu.
the Leshrac.
It's a good AM game. You don't care about Tusk, you don't care about Jug, you don't care about Lash.
Yeah, just
You
the
actually wanna
lanes
out the Lash.
as you just said though, like with the current laning
Yeah.
setup, I would be
Radiant team ban.
a little hesitant to go AM. I feel like Alchemist is basically just better because you need him a little faster than what the AM provides.
You are right though. Like the other outside of the lanes, they don't have that much hard lockdown. Like you got
It's
this
actually
Lesh
very
stun.
poor. It's gonna be the
The
Orchid
snowball.
on NP, and that's gonna be it
Yeah.
actually. And a Uceptor on Leshrac.
Ursa's a pretty good ban here as well.
Yeah.
Somebody else that thrives in a lack of control.
It's another Battle Fury hero too, which doesn't hurt versus Nature's Prophet, right?
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's just a classic versus the
10
Jug. That's the main
seconds
reason.
remaining.
Speaking of Battle Fury heroes, I guess Ricky is still in.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Or
remaining.
Incubus?
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying in terms of ones.
Yeah, I just feel like Leshrac
Radiant
like
team
I
pick.
think we
It's
saw
like
that
Slayer.
Snapfire mid versus Ricky, and Ricky was just dying every fight because of the magic damage. I think Lash kind of works the same way. You just melt the Ricky, and he doesn't want to go BKB until he's like 4th item.
So
The
the
third
question
item.
right now for MadKings is: do they 3
10
this Prophet or do they
seconds
5 this Prophet and go for a different 3?
Well,
5
they have last pick on
remaining.
Incubus, so I guess they can maybe flex the last pick anyways. They can get like some sort of Viper hero. Oh no, Viper's banned, so some sort of flex hero they can swap in between.
You know what?
Incubus.
It's actually such a good disruptor game right now. I actually am mad that that hero seems
Wait, what?
unpickable for MadKings.
What-
This would be like a god tier
hero?
disruptor.
I never heard of
Yeah,
this guy.
exactly. Disruptor. He
It's-
rides a big red tractor, drives around the
Oh!
map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Void
Really
Spirit,
good against Tide Hunter. Yeah,
Void
yeah, I know
Spirit,
that guy.
Shadow Shaman. But they'll go back for the
Yeah,
3
that's what I was talking
So this
about. Can play 3 and 2
fits the bill.
or 5.
or 5.
Well, so
That's
pretty
Europe.
nasty push now for MadKings, but
Yeah.
still pretty light on control. Yeah, you got that silence in the mix, but
10 seconds
Um,
remaining.
I don't hate it. But I'm still a little nervous for these
5
guys.
seconds.
I think if this was a better team, we would be really happy with the draft. But it feels like
This looks like a very free Void Spirit game to me.
Yeah, but they can't pick PL, which is kind of annoying. because of the Leshrac and even the DP. So I think that might be partially why they went the Lesh.
I think Alec still stands out though in terms of timings. Like Alec Gyro, both feel okay to me.
They have a lot of physical damage on the Exorcism and the Lash Jug. That's because of the Edict. I guess they could
also
go for
buy an Assault Kuros, big dog.
Just play like what was the
buy
carry
a
that got
casual
a second
mail,
item?
Dummy. Oh, it's Terrorblade. Okay,
So-
we forgot about this one. They go for some carry action.
I would
or
say
pushing action rather.
I actually was going to bring him up, but with the Death Prophet, like she has the physical damage, sure, but it's versus the Leshrac. So it's like a little bit awkward at times.
I think it's really hard for Lash to close the gap. Like when Terrorblade is meta, he kind of takes so much damage before he even uses Scepter, and even when he does, the illusions are still doing damage. Like the AOE of the it's not that big. I mean, kind of hard not to go with Incubus here. I think they have their heroes, and they've been doing really well with that sort of Shaman Phoenix draft. If MadKings can win their lanes, I think they can actually get a lot of map control and farm this Jug. And then it's actually kind of a good matchup versus Terrorblade because you can't really sunder whoever is Omnislashing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually the kind of lineup I want to see when a team is underdogs. Because if you just win your lanes, you can run this game down. And it doesn't really matter how much better than you they are. If you play as 5, like that annoying team that beats you in your pub, and they just never separate the whole time, then you can still win this game.
Yeah,
so
I would agree. With all that pushing, Lesh, DP, and Prophet, I mean, you can take objectives damn quick. Roshan should definitely be an option for the MadKings here.
Just don't lose your lanes or this game ends at like 9 minutes. Like actually, it's just over.
MadKings, do you hear that? Do not lose the lanes.
Yeah.
I repeat, do not lose the lanes. Gareth, we're going to need some help here per usual. Do you believe in the MadKings, buddy? Are you mad enough to go with the Kings?
I mean, my catchphrase now has become ride or die with a king, whether it's Sand King, Monkey King, Wraith King, so I guess I kind of have to. I kind of like their draft. Like you say, they've got tempo, they've got the ability to play the map, but Thebe and Incubus with the team fight they've got and that pushing from Terrorblade, scaling through against the Juggernaut matchup. I mean, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts in this game is just that MadKings have... Alright, my bad. You can hear me now. My thoughts in this game is that MadKings have not won a single series yet. So it's very hard to bet on them in this game, Gary. I know their draft is interesting and they can try to, snowball their way into this game and secure a win. But knowing Incubus and how they've been playing out throughout this tournament, especially Mini, I love this guy. Watching him play, he's a very interesting character. He writes some very interesting lines in chat sometimes. I don't know if you saw his interview, but this guy is someone very different. That's what I can tell from.
He's a character.
Yeah, he is a character, exactly. I mean, they just have something in this Incubus team. That's what I feel, and I think they're gonna be winning this game.
Yeah, I do like the fact, Panel was talking about if MadKings can win their lanes, going to snowball that into the tower pressure, the push with DP, Lesh, Prophet. I get that point, but I'm also looking at Serpent Wards, Terrorblade Metamorphosis, team fight around Supernova and Ravage. It's real nasty on the side of Incubus as well.
All right, you want my honest answer though, Gary?
Every time. Give it to me.
All right. If I saw both of these drafts, I would actually favor Radiant. Probably more like 60, maybe even 70% Radiant favor, just because of how much pure lane shove they have. This Nature's Prophet, the global presence. This NP is such a good hero, man. Again, he has like a top 4 shard in the game, I would say. And then Incubus, they have the opposite problem where they don't have a lot of lane shoving. They have decent team fighting, but Sora, he's gonna get a little low here with that gush. They have another gush coming out.
Yeah, he got body blocked by the Treants from the Prophet as well a little bit. He gets back to his tower though.
No healing salve on the NP since he bought the Blightstone first. Doesn't have a healing salve coming out now. Jug's gonna have to be a bit careful to not get blown up by another gush here.
Yeah, fortunate that he did buy that stick pretty early on, so at least has something up his sleeve. So Tide Shadow Shaman. That's a real nasty lane. We've seen the Tide Mirana with Gush into Arrow. Okay, Shaman doesn't have that projectile stun, but he's got Shackles, he's got Ether Shock. Tons of damage. Is this a lane you go 2 points in Ether Shock, or is it Tide's job to deal with Treants?
You do not need to go Ether Shock ever, to be honest. I think you can just have the Titan to deal with the Anchor Smash. It's very easy for Ty to lane into NP.
Well, they might kill off the
There
NP
goes.
now.
Yep.
There's
A
the
lot
Fairy
of
Fire.
damage.
One more hit from Shaman. Oh, he doesn't get close enough.
Honestly, it's good enough. If he doesn't die, then he can't, buy a salve, another salve, TP back bottom, full HP. Now the NPS just... He actually salved himself. Okay. Yep, rip Juggernaut's lane.
Unfortunate. Well, we can take a peek into the other ones. I swear, every game in the South American region, I'm just looking at bottom lane. Every single game, it's something kicking off down there.
That's your autopilot lane, Gary.
It is. I'm just like, yeah, stuff's happening there. Like bounty rune battles, getting that lane shove going. Mid's going to be your Lesh up against Void Spirit. 9-2 for Mini so far. Getting a pretty good start there. Top lane. It's going to be Tusk chasing back the Phoenix. Tusk pretty low, but Phoenix still level 1. He's about to crack 2 once he leeches that XP from the TB's lane. They're both actually dropping pretty low on regen. Like, yeah, Shared Tango comes out for Benny's Terrorblade. But no salves up there. DP, one of these great heroes. We saw her against the Anti-Mage. We've seen her against some of these Agi carries. And with shards, they're going to take down the Terrorblade. Benny down. The dive forward should get the trade here for the Phoenix. Or maybe not. He doesn't go for... Oh, it does. Okay, burns him down. But now the DP's actually been offered up a double kill, potentially, with a Crypt Swarm. They pop the stick. The final hit, not enough, but he turns back. The Fairy Fire. He's trying to kill the DP. They're baiting each other, but it's DP who wins in the end.
Oh, the Fairy Fire for the Fairy Fire. Phoenix could have just backed off, bought a salve to the TV to bring to the top lane, and it would have been all fine. You just gotta be a little bit careful, you know? That tag team does a lot of damage to TB still, even though he does have a lot of armor.
For sure. I mean, DP in this offlane position seems real nice. Like, has the same strength as the mid lane against these melee heroes. Just right-click, 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 and then you've got the chase. Speedy DP.
I've noticed, in general, these side lane ranged cores have been seeing a lot of love lately, compared to the last patch where it was purely like, you know, these melee off side laners. Like Dusa and Troll Warlord as carries as well have been quite popular.
Yeah, it's been a real nice, sort of refreshing experience to see all these heroes come out. And I guess DP with a movement speed buff, because what, they took it off of Spirit Siphon and then gave her just flat move speed, so 335 without boots. She can pretty much run away from anyone. Yeah. Benny pops Meta under the Ice Shards. Tag team, but Tusk has to run back, dived upon. Nuage chasing back with the Fire Spirits, and Toby's going to get whacked by the Metamorphosis. A taste of their own medicine.
Oh man, things are going so well for them. It was going so well until this Tusk just decided to run into a meta Terrorblade. Like, you could have just backed off there.
Ooh, Mini.
He already popped the meta.
Nice little remnant there to grab the Invis rune. Refills his bottle, and the rotation from Shadow Shaman is going to catch Lashrank off guard. Prophet and Tusk, they both come in, collapsing onto the Rasta. But with the burn from the Sunray, another Ether Remnant, Mini traps him up inside. A double kill for him. Nuage, can we survive here? Dives away after popping the stick. Don't go for more, Mini. You've had enough. You're full.
His belly's full. He doesn't think so.
He's got creeps to eat now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yep, just looking to get that level 6. And this Leshrac is going to be really scared after that. There was a time where the Mini took a lot of tower shots while Terrorblade was dying top, and I thought he was going to die mid, but he lived just enough HP. It was like, what, 20 health or something? It's quite close. And now he's able to turn it around, get 2 kills.
Yeah, wonderful start. Stacking up a small cap, grabbing the bounty rune. Shadow Shaman, unfortunately finding that other rune had been stolen by the Prophet. There's Terrorblade up top. You're seeing him under a lot of pressure, but the Juggernaut equally shackled up. Gets his stick off, but that damage. Just physical right-click. Shadow Shaman with 81 base damage. Add that onto the Gush and the right-clicks of Tidehunter. Juggernaut spin actually doesn't save him that much in this lane.
No, it does not. Shaman also does so much.
Oh, mid.
Right-click.
Mini. He's gone in again. Really low here. Being burnt by that. Pulse Nova. This time overstepping his bounds and getting solo killed.
Yeah, that Pulse Nova at this stage in the game is pretty strong. I don't think he expected the Leshrac to hit level 6 before him, or at the same time as him. There.
And Shadow Shaman was also coming in, so maybe a bit of mistiming there, where he thought he could get the Lesh low and then have the Shadow Shaman wrap around. Oh, guard the Haste Rune. Prophet TP's on top of it. Oh, fakes it out anyway. So there's the backstab on Lesh. Now it's his turn. Steps up on that dire high ground, passes the river, and that's not where you want to be.
Haste the Shadow Shaman. Didn't have vision of him on the bottom side. Their ward is top. Get the return kill right away.
Oh, top lane. Yeah, he's got the tank team on him, and the Prophet's TP'd behind. So, Toby takes him out with a Spirit Siphon.
Yeah,
do you want to push this? Of course you do. Exorcism plus Treants. Let's go.
He's felt very pressured there on the Terrorblade because of the catapult.
They go for the Shaman.
He's gonna die, but the Exo though has been like, you know, half its duration has been used. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Tower's still dead. Catapult's still alive.
And a nice move by the Prophet, dragging the wave with that one Treant, microing it across. So no wave to guard the top tier 1. 7 minutes in. They are going to claim that first objective. And this shoves Terrorblade all the way back into the jungle now, so you're going to have a good idea of where Benny's sitting for the next 5-6 minutes.
Actually, we see 2 triple stacks here in the jungle camp.
Lesh spots.
Get Lesh wants that. Oh, hell yeah. But I don't think he has any idea.
They're scanning. They're like, is TB there? Where could he possibly be?
You know, Gary, in other regions, a lot of teams typically put wards in that area, like as early as 4 minutes in the game. Because it's so common, right, to see that camp, those 2 camps get stacked up. So either you smoke in there, kill the hero when they're farming, or you just go in there to steal the camp.
DP goes aggressive with the Jug. Getting on top of Tide. Jupiter has 8-1 charges, an Anchor Smash and a Ravage. He doesn't use any of them. Just dies there. Too many heroes around him and no backup. So not worth popping the Ravage for it. And now they know there's 3 heroes bottom lane. They've rotated pretty heavily. Trying to shove that bottom tier 1. So Terrorblade gets all the space in the world back up at top. Aether Remnant catching out Tusk. He's pretty tanky, so Mini can't really go for that solo kill. And laning stage-wise, feels dead even to me.
Yeah, it's up for the top tower dying really early into the game here. And that's going to open up the map heavily for MadKings. Because next move, they just need to bring the Juggernaut middle, tank up, or like run at Incubus a little bit, and then have this Leshrac and Death Prophet just finish off the tower. If they has a Jug, it's quite easy, to be honest. But for now, I think Sora will be content with farming top, as nobody else on Incubus can really come up there and kill him. And
defending bottom at tier 1 when you're going up against Incubus, who have all their teamfight ultis now, right? Supernova, Ravage, Rast is still level 5. There's no Tome. Still a minute to go for that one, so they don't have Serpent Wards, so I stand corrected on that point.
Oh, this is really good. They see that they're coming bottom to defend, and they go straight to mid with their +1 and 2 here. Wow, they're going to be the first ones to get the tower, and they're actually going bottom for MadKings.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Look at this Tide. Jupiter cuts through the trees.
Oh,
he's got a perfect angle. In he comes with a Ravage. It's going to get the DP only, though. Could have been a huge one. They'll blow up Toby. The Supernova's there. On top of the Tusk, Shackled. Hexed up first. Snowball, so the Shackle's a little delayed. But it looks like Easy 8 still going to get caught up there. And tower defended.
Yeah, they take the mid tower and defend bottom. And I think this is going to help them take bottom as well. For themselves. I mean, Void Spear sticks around. I don't think MadKings can actually fight to this. You know, Trent said they need to not lose in the first 8 minutes of the game. And losing your mid tower and now about to lose your bottom tower to an Incubus lineup where they shouldn't be having such an easy time taking objectives, that's a problem.
Yeah, it sure is. Like you kind of expect with all that movement bottom, you'd see the Juggernaut and the Prophet kind of pushing top. You know, a TP up there, a shove with a Jug. But they are kind of passively farming their triangle in the jungle camps off of the lanes.
Yeah, their problem with MadKings was instead of defending bottom, they should have been running at mid and try to take the tier 1 mid instead. You just got to make the proactive move here and get your split on the map instead of reacting to whatever Incubus is doing. Now they're getting heavily punished for it. Even the tier 2 is taking a bunch of damage. They have to TP even more heroes down here.
Yeah, and the priority of the objective... Oh, Leshrac. He was invis. Finds the Shadow Shaman. Quick little kill on him. Push the Dire back away from this bottom lane. Yeah, it's also the priority of the target, right? You know, you're mentioning the bottom tier 1 for the Radiant team compared to the mid tier 1 that the Dire team took. I'm pretty sure everyone would prefer that mid tier 1. Open up both sides of the jungle, get into the triangle. So many more angles of attack from that lane.
Yep, Mini is just chilling here mid right now. He's just gonna constantly shove the lane in, make someone on MadKings come mid and react to the creeps, and then he can make whatever ganks he wants.
And he's got strength treads up, so pretty tanky.
He's going for a Witchblade too. It's gonna be very strong soon. It's a nice item on Voice Prayer. I really like it.
Especially against 2 int cores as well, right?
The Witchblade?
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Ignore me. Never mind. Never mind.
You thought
For some reason, I had in my head Mage Slayer. Yeah. Never mind. Small brain lag.
It's okay, Gary.
I got so excited. I was like, he's against Lesh and DP. Oh my god, Mage Slayer. We're gonna see it. Nah. No, we're not.
Okay, they're all new items. That's why. You know, it can give you a break here. Witchblade, Mage Slayer.
That's my one. I'll smoke up from that Void Spirit.
Same.
Yeah, they're all little swords and daggers. Where are they going? They know Juggernaut's been up top for a while. Yeah, they're pinging out the exact camp that he has been farming. And he's already spent his spin. Sees the Shadow Shaman coming in.
Dead.
He doesn't know about the Void Spirit until now, though. Jumping with a burst damage. Juggernaut gone. The TP in with the DP popping Exorcism. Wants to trade back for the Phoenix, but the Supernova is going to give him a new lease of life. And they cancel the TP on Shaman to shackle up the Death Prophet. And this Exo going to be a wasted one. Toby, still tanky. Gets the blow up on the Rasta, but they found the Prophet in the trees. The Serpent Ward still doing a good amount of damage, but a great snowball with a Lash Pulse Nova. Straight through Mini they'll go, and Toby there with raindrops. And that magic wand, pretty fully charged up, was able to withstand a lot of damage.
I was gonna say, do you really want to turn on an Exo DP there? That was not a good idea. They could have just backed off. The Phoenix Egg would have popped, and then he would have dove away. The Shaman would have TP'd out. Void Spirit would have got out too, but instead the Void Spirit turned around to fight because the Shaman canceled the TP and try to go on the kill DP mission. That was just not a good idea from Incubus in the end after killing the Juggernaut. But the Jug kill was huge though. That has delayed his Battle Fury even further, and he was on pace for like a 13-minute Battle Fury here.
Slowed down a bit. Comes back down to bottom. A bit safer to farm down here as top lane is heavy shoved into that Dire tier 2. And that was Exo expended. I guess they get 3 kills off the back of it, so it still feels pretty damn good for them. Stacking camp is a DP now as well, so Juggernaut has a bit of bank to fall on. I don't know, taking this tier 1 mid, such a difficult challenge for the MadKings.
No, they can't do it.
Of like Shaman, Phoenix, they're all lurking around, and Tide is like holding Ravage.
They don't have that big teamfight ability apart from the Exo for the time being on MadKings. How they were supposed to take the tier 1 towers is like early on into the game when Incubus are not able to just group up and sit in front of these towers and defend it. So they've completely missed their timings, at least to take this tier 1 middle. So now they have to wait for these big pickoffs that they can get, maybe on like a Void Spirit or a Shadow Shaman, and then try to collapse on a tower like that.
Man, this Prophet's got an Orchid. It's being delivered. The recipe's being delivered right now. Yeah, I've been watching his progress.
Okay,
okay, he's got an Oblivion Staff, another Oblivion Staff, no boots. Here comes the recipe. 4,500 net worth, 15 minutes in. And there it is. That's real spooky.
He will rush a Agshard at 20 minutes.
Brown Boots Agshard? Oh, he's got Treads BKB queued. No.
Oh, this guy wants to play core. I don't think he's a support player. He just wants to play core. They got like 1 sentry on the map, Gary. There's 1 sentry on the bottom hill. That's their only one on the map.
Man. I mean, Tusk is running around with 1 obs, 1 sentry. He's got a pretty decent amount of money saved up too. Like, he's bottom of net worth, but 1,500 saved towards a Blink Dagger. Pos 5 Tusk. Gets a really good observer ward down, and they're going to Exo silence the Phoenix, control him up. Very swift kill. And rolling onto Mar now, too. Shadow Shaman. Wrong place, wrong time. All kicked off by that. Nice ward by the Tusk up on the high ground. Claiming back their jungle.
It's pretty good. They should run straight to that mid tower right now, to be honest.
They're trying. Get on top of that Void Spirit. Get him out of the lane. Tide level 11. Throws the gush onto Toby. Oh dear, he's gone up that high ground alone. Where are his supports? They're blowing up the Void Spirit though. The TB comes back in. Reflect and Mini kills off the Death Prophet. Where did the Tusk and the Prophet go?
They didn't follow. They went back to hit creeps, Gary.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Look at the Tide. 3-man Ravage. Go for it. Oh, it's wild. Terrorblade's there with the Meta diving in with a Supernova. It's a perfect setup for Incubus. But the Snowball, gorgeous save. Still going to take down a couple of heroes here, though, as Tusk and Lesh blown up, and Benny gets a double kill.
Jeez. I mean, it looked good, right? Like, if a Tusk was there or an NP with an Orchid, they were just dead on the Tide and the Void Spirit.
Yeah.
They just need a little bit help on the Death Prophet, but, you know, they went back to, like, hit creeps or something. Nobody got the memo that we're gonna go take this tier 1 tower middle, apart from the Leshrac. And now they got punished even further. Mind you, MadKings were the ones who got the kills first, and they ended up losing the fight in the end.
Yeah, like, in my head, I legitimately... You know, I saw 4 heroes moving towards mid, even though it wasn't actually happening. That's what my brain was telling me what was going on. It was good positioning from the Tide around that mid tier 1, though. Kind of hiding around the trees, fogging them nicely. Prophet in his Sprout. He's out of there. Attempted dive to get through the trees. Didn't quite work.
You know what it is, Gary? For MadKings, it's early in the day for gamers.
First game? First game?
Yeah, first game of the day, early in the day. You know, normally gamers like these guys, they probably tend to wake up around 4 p.m. Yep.
Playing into the late of the night.
Exactly.
Pubs get really interesting. Like, oh, poor Phoenix. Oh, good dive. Oh, great silence. That was a roller coaster of emotions for Nuage, I think. He was expecting to get out of there, but DP spot on the money. Do you feel a big difference between playing at like 6 p.m. your time and playing like 3 a.m.? Do the game quality improve? Oh, Omni/Slash mid on the Orchid up. Void Spirit silenced and slain. Now a tier 1, finally, for the MadKings.
At last, they've actually grouped up middle. The Juggernaut has joined the video game, and he's going for the tier 1 mid.
He is pressing buttons.
Yep, it's happened. I mean, this is what I thought they would do, like, after taking the tier 1 really early top. But Juggernaut just felt way too comfortable sitting up there in the top lane and farming. Very good play. Going for a rush. Yep.
Into Roche.
Tag
TB
team.
Illusion scouts it. And look at where Incubus are coming from. Top tier 2, they TP, they smoke, they move in.
They have Ravage though. Oh boy. Okay, they actually have a Ravage and they have an Egg. They gotta go fast.
They're in there. Dive in with a Ravage. Perfectly timed by the spin. Juggernaut gets the Aegis, but look at the damage with the TP! Oh my god! He slays them! Benny on a killing spree gets a double. They're all dead! MadKings, they get the Aegis, they get the Roshan. Sure, Juggernaut escapes with the Aegis in hand, but what a move from Incubus. You said they had to go fast, and that was speedy.
They were. I mean, that illusion was spot on from Incubus, just noticing the HP and when they had to go in. The Talent Hunter just uses Ravage from fog. Didn't even need to wait. What a combo there. Holy shit. I mean, Juggernaut just had his tail between his legs. Got out with like 150 health and the Aegis.
Bail.
Yeah. At least that means Terrorblade won't be having the Aegis. The first one here.
I mean, it was
They
pretty
got
close.
that going for you.
Pretty close to the 5-man Ravage, honestly. That Jug with a spin just about gets him out of danger. Terrorblade now with fresh BKB on top of Manta style. Becoming a big boy. Does Juggernaut stand a chance against the TB? Oh, hang on a sec. They found the Void Spirit. Loads of control coming from that Orchid, and now the Snowball in, but the Lotus Orb going to snowball him back. What's he got left? An Astral Step and Assimilate. He's got 2 steps left, so doubles up, heads northwards.
Orchid and Pino coming through.
Oh, the Lotus. Sprout on Sprout.
Yeah, he needs to notice that there's a Quelling Blade on that Void Spirit and try to sprout in front. Hey, where is your shard? NP.
Yeah, who knows? And Benny showing off his BKB to escape. They're going to lose Mini here, it looks like. Dissimulate sends him out. Astral Step, northwest. Sora looking for the spin and the phase boots to move a little faster forward. And then comes the Prophet again. But like you said, 30 seconds ago, he's got a Quelling Blade. Unfortunately for him, the blink in from Tusk catches him with the Walrus Punch. Mini going to get snowballed on, finally falling under that tier 2.
Well, they've been hunting Mini for like a solid minute there. And while that's been happening, you got Tide the Shaman pushing bottom, also dropping Serpent Wards on the tier 2 tower down here. Tide's the next target though. There's a lot of damage with his Leshrac.
And Lesh don't care about Kraken Shell. Just keeps on pumping that damage out. Prophet clearing the Serpent Ward, so the tier 2's still up. 107 HP.
Tide's gotta invest into a Cloak Air, I believe. You know, got a lot of magic damage. Leshrac, Death Prophet, especially against Bear Siphon. You know, DP is one of the best heroes against Tide. Now, Tide can use Ravage and blow you up, yeah, but any stun can also blow you up, I guess. The Siphon and the Exo just do too much damage that the Kraken Shell, like, can't really do anything against.
Yeah. Okay, back to the main storyline here. We don't care about anything but the Nature's Prophet Aghanim Shard. Why has he not bought it?
I really do not know. Like, it's so good. I don't see why anybody would buy any other item but Aghanim Shard. And that's my opinion. But
like, it's he gets the Orchid, it's 20 minutes in. Sure, it feels, you know, like the Earthshaker kind of situation, right? You get the Blink Dagger as an item before your Shard. In this case, it's Orchid on the Prophet before your Shard, and he's like, nah, I want a BKB.
Yeah, the thing about the Shard is, like, it also helps you farm. It's like a GPM Shard, right? You just drop the treants, you push out the lane, it'll kill like 2 waves plus some tower damage, and you can do that like on top lane, bottom lane, whatever lane that you decide to go to. Technically, it should help you get to an item faster, or your second item faster.
Yeah, it's not even expensive. Super non-committal. We'll see if that BKB wins them a team fight though, as this support Prophet, like you said, becoming more of a core hero with 8,000 net worth.
Yeah, I'm not so sure like why he wants to go BKB. I guess like TPing into the Shadow Shaman and not get Ravage and stuff, but he should definitely be playing the split push game as a 5 Prophet.
Big smoke in from Incubus though. Catching out Tusk with the shackles. Wrath of Nature bounces around, but doesn't really accomplish much.
They can go to high ground, to be honest, with Incubus here. They got Ravage ready. Yeah, they can. They just need to make sure they don't show that they're going for the high ground like the way they're doing right now. They're gonna pretend like they were going top, waiting for the creep wave, and then go straight middle.
Well, they dump everything in. Meta, Serpent Wards, Blink Ravage. There's Jupiter with the opening. No Supernova spent, they don't even need it. Toby's already gone, and with no buyback, lacking the DP, that's their big teamfight spell. They also get a pretty long-range shackle there as they focus the Prophet down to half HP, kill off the barracks, and now they can do whatever the hell they want. They can fake back, finish off the buildings, swing down to bottom with this Metamorphosis still going for another, 10 seconds. I'll kill off some small buildings there for the, 68 gold you get a piece?
Yeah, they were just chilling, actually, protecting Mini, who got Serpent Ward trapped there. Waiting for the Dissimulate to come back. He doesn't have base boots, so he couldn't get out of there. But really good go there from Incubus. Like, you see the DP, there's just 2 heroes, instantly blink in Ravage. If you get this DP killed, who is the anchor to MadKings teamfight, you can just take this Rax for free and get out.
Yeah, like the Exo's a big part, but it's also that big AoE silence has been doing wonders against heroes like, Void Spirit, Phoenix. But Mini does have a BKB on his little purple hero now. Heading into Aghanim's next. Juggernaut with a Tusk. Let's spot out the Lash down in the bottom lane. Coming out of their base, finding a kill. So a sigh of relief from them after losing a lane of barracks. But resetting these lanes is going to be a little difficult. Even with a Prophet, they are trying hard to get a kill bot and now try and get a kill top. But Jupiter, he's TP'd home.
Look at the Leshrac. It's like, oh, okay. Position 1 Nature's Prophet. You can have the top lane.
Oh yeah.
I'll go farm the jungle.
It's like fine.
Yeah,
Finish your
he's like,
BKB.
exactly. He's just so awkward going for this kind of build as a 5 for sure. You would see like, you know, team items, Solar Crest, something like that. Even a Solar Crest would be amazing to give to a Juggernaut, right? Like Orchid, sure, I understand it. You know, it's helped your team get some kills. It's a really big item. All for it. But at least get the trend, you know, get the shard upgrade, get the Solar Crest, buff your team up. Even a Glimmer Cape would be so nice when a Ravage comes out.
Like the longer this goes on, the less I can rationalize it. Like okay,
Yeah.
I can understand the BKB somewhat. Maelstrom queued up next. That's a question mark thinking face.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to play carry, dude. He
Legitimately.
yeah,
He's
he
had
just
enough
wants
of
to
the
play
support
carry.
life. Well, he's done a great job in that top lane until he shows himself again. I thought he was backing up, hiding in the fog, but shows himself on the wave. Incubus strike.
Living things die.
Fast spawn on Roshan's coming up pretty soon. So if that is the quickest spawn, Prophet dying there. Oh, he's got buyback now. Could have been worrisome for them. And what's the
So we
timer
got some
like? Oh,
key
DP
pickups
courier?
there, Gary.
Radiant's courier.
Micro your courier DP.
1.5 minute. Yep. And you
What
should
are the big
always put it
items?
in that. Okay. Juggernaut. Juggernaut's got that axe complete. Now going for the shard upgrade. And he will pick up the hot plus 160 blade for your DPS. And that's going to be quite nice. Because you can just go in, not have to think too much about the Ravage. You can spin that. Hopefully you're killing the Shadow Shaman because he's your real problem.
Yeah. Or maybe you kill off a couple of TB illusions along with it.
They're actually smoking before the shard though. I think they should definitely wait for the shard. That is way too good for his next engagement for the Jug.
Yeah, it feels like they want to do something before this Terrorblade reaches their base and gets to high ground. But Incubus don't want to get embroiled in this 5v5 heavy team fight. And they want to play around this vision. High ground ward in that Radiant Triangle. A good D-ward back in the base though. Prophet gets rid of that vision inside the Radiant base. And it gives time for Sora on that Jug. Like you said, farm up the Aghanim Shard. Where are those spider legs? Who's got them? Mar pinged him out. And a smoke. The big team fighters leaving the TB and the Void Spirit to push out top and mid alone. And they're swinging down to bottom. Mar's the one with spider legs. Leading the charge, scouting out first. I think Sora's just gonna get himself in the trees and probably just TP back.
Dire
He's
are
waiting.
scanning.
He's scanned. They know exactly where he is and he hasn't TP'd home. Oh, does he have... He won't have buyback, will he? He's 500 away from buyback. This could be a monumental kill for the Incubus side if they can just find him. He spins, he TPs.
Did you see the Shadow Shaman, how much damage he took? He just walked like for a millisecond next to the Juggernaut. Lost like 300 of his health instantly.
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen.
Some real
Never find
substantial
him.
damage. Mini fighting up against this Tusk. He's already spent all of his spells, pops his BKB, assimilates, back into battle, then steps away. They forced out the Jug Spin and the Healing Ward, as well as his Exorcism, as the Serpent Wards get dropped onto Toby's head, shackled up, and he's dead. Now
Yep.
you've got no Exo for 2 minutes.
Got caught out without his phase boots, had 20 sticks, Yules, Ghost Scepter, didn't click any of it. Ma coming in clutch with that Shadow Shaman play there. I mean, without the Exo up and this Juggernaut, I don't think he's doing enough damage right now.
Well, there's no creep wave here for a couple of seconds. They need that mid wave to get into that base. Now we'll take down the tier 3. Sunray there for the TB as the Tusk makes a move forward. And this is super aggressive positioning from Incubus. They've got 3 heroes on the high ground, actually focusing buildings, but they just don't see a threat as the Tide, he ravages, he didn't blink in, catches out the catches out the Lesh, with no buyback. TB just BKBs up and kills the Tusk. Now they've got Shackles on the Prophet. The Jug trying to Omni Slash down Mini, but he Astral steps away. Now Jug, no spin, no Omni Slash, slowed by the TB Skadi. This feels like it's over. A triple for Benny should seal the deal and finish this game. Another lane of barracks, no buybacks left. MadKings are done.
Jupiter, I think he got hit with a lightning storm there, but the Ravage still ended up hitting the Leshrac, so You got that AoE cleaner killed off. Now this TB's illusions just pounding in on the team fight, and then the Juggernaut just can't do anything. Unless you're running into the TB with your whole team, that's the only time the Juggernaut is actually favored against TB. But when you're this far behind, it's so hard to play.
Eggs, you run in, you get Scardy slow, just get right click down.
Yep.
And then,
exactly.
DP a couple of times there, having Exorcism used in kind of weird positions, trying to go for things. That mid lane tier 1 push they tried, didn't have the backup of the team.